on Lynchburg was the victors most often. The longest streak is 5 for CNU, but a big battle here on the center X.
Faceoffs will be critical here. Both teams are above 60%. Cabaniss wins the clamp, pulls this one back cleanly.
Yeah, and Riley was a big factor in getting Lynchburg rolling yesterday. Cabaniss as well, winning 17 faceoffs. Yeah, it's tough as a defender, your coach, to not let the offensive player come over the top or past GLE. He did force him under, but maybe overextended a little bit, leaving a bit too much space. Another faceoff win for the captains. That's 2 early for Warner Cabaniss.
But look at what Lynchburg does there. Immediately tries to double the ball carrier as Cabaniss is subbing off. CNU's going to want to adjust for that.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. They almost caught Stevenson napping a couple times. Fantinato, one of the guys who stepped up late on in this season, puts CNU back on terms, 1-1.
Love Fantinato. Late in this season, he's emerged as a second-line midfielder, getting significant time, and he's had goals in critical moments. That one to start it off for the captains is much needed. Here's what we were also talking with Coach Mikey Thompson before the game. He said he welcomes the pressure from Lynchburg on these rides coming out of a face-off like that because he likes to match that pressure with pressure. Fantinato goes right to the net to make it fall for the captains.
Yeah, the best offense is early offense. As a tie-up here results in a Cabaniss ground ball. Only 12 away from 1,100 face-offs in his career.
Yeah, get this. Cabaniss is 10th of all face-off men across NCAAs of all time. You're looking at guys.
Racer bullet into the top right. CNU up 2-1 early in the first quarter. Cabaniss again getting the best of all these draws. This one's going to be tight. Attack's got to wait for that ball to roll over. Now everybody's released. Last touch by CNU, potentially a push. Nope, it's going to be Lynchburg with possession. So 10:50 in this opening quarter. CNU with 2 goals after Lynchburg's early goal from Grant Voigt.
Then gets his hip-to-hip with the defenseman, draws the attention of the off-ball defenseman until he dishes it to an open crease.
Yeah, and it's funny, game to game, we talk about players to key in on, but you get to this point in the NCAA tournament, anybody can convert, and you've got to be together as a defensive unit. Cabaniss with an early draw, nice win, and he has been absolutely dominating this one. 5 face-off wins today already. Rosak drives to his left. The type of shooting coaches dream about. So 50-50 ground ball here. Rosacker went for it.
50-50's best case scenario for Lynchburg. They want a scrap as Cabaniss has had some clean clamps.
Yeah, Hicks credited with the ground ball. Lynchburg looking to clear, get another possession. They scored on the last one with Voigt off a feed inside.
CNU still has an adjustment they can make. If you're going to stay man-to-man, slide faster to those short-stick defensive midfielders, especially with Voigt.
Great job just of Hardnett checking to see if he's going to get that double before he picks up the ball. Falkerson with possession. Just the little things that preserve a few possessions. Keep in mind, CNU dominating the faceoffs. But of these shots, we saw a few go in low early, put a few high, keep the goaltender guessing. Don't get into any rhythms.
A clean win for Lynchburg, pulling this one backwards. It's probably the first clean win for the Hornets.
Yeah, and Plattner off that initial dodge did draw a slide, had to back out, play it patiently. Rather than getting 2 passes and a redodge with those adjacents locked off, instead he was able to find Jamie Smith in just a soft spot of the zone where he had time and room. And like you said, a lot of traffic. Speak enough on is how Shaw plays patient offense. He'll survey the field. He finds an easy opening there, and Smith just doing it from all over the field today.
Well, credit Frankel with another clean face-off win. Again, going backwards, the Hornets are able to.
Scouting report, but he's scoring in ways that probably weren't on there, just in the same way that Voigt probably wasn't the point of focus. This is the beautiful part of tournament lacrosse, as you see the referee playing a little bit of soccer before the ground ball by Cramp. But this is the point in the season where you get to see some of the guys step up.
You want versatility in these moments. You've played each other once before, so you want to.
Just doing a great job of changing up the looks. He had one near side hip, he had one top, and then he put this one low. So again, love the changing of planes. 50-50 ground ball. Cabaniss didn't win the draw, but got a takeaway check. And who knows? Who's to say who ends up with this one at the end? No release yet. Now everybody can play because it's in that zone. Eventually picked up by Harlacher. That'll expel the end of this first quarter. So Lynchburg coming out hot in this first quarter.
RIT up 4-2 against St. John Fisher. And then Wesleyan RPI just ended the first quarter with RPI up 5-0.
But it'd be crazy to switch off of this game.
This is the one right here in front of us.
Great face-off win, this time by Giunchi. Spelling Cabaniss. That's going to be a flag down. 2 flags. Seeing you up 8-3 early in the second quarter. Penalties are released. We're back to even. Cabaniss trying to win the face. Wondered if that would be a loose ball push. Refs say clean. Lynchburg with a face-off win. Holman on this near side. Or sorry, that's Hastings on the near side. Well, it's funny, a game of inches. You look at Hastings' dodge on the other side. That's one where he scores. Same thing for the CNU defense. That's just a tough one to stop. But Bellinger making the difference on one end. Cramp finding nylon on the other.
Lynchburg needs a clean clear here. Reward your face-off men and Frankel for getting the clamp, winning this back.
Opening was in the middle of the field. Pass was a little bit far. Another one of those errors. Davison had the ground ball. Good check by Hastings. Still bouncing around.
Wow.
Bellinger.
The hockey flick there.
Or parallel with the box, but once he starts coming downhill, I think there's another 5 miles an hour added to that shot.
Clean win for Cabaniss backwards. This has been a good battle at the face-off X in the second quarter.
Flag down. Cabaniss keeps it. So CNU will have a chance for specifically by getting a few more wins at the X.
Tied up, both players trying to win it with their wrists right now.
Yeah, Frankel has done well today. He's done well all season. If nothing else, both guys are tiring out the legs.
Saw you
This
bring out
one's
your phone. Are
Giunchi.
you timing this one? I think we're at 15 seconds of tie-up. The refs will call it if someone has a clear position, but doesn't have. Look at both
Look at the
benches.
sidelines. This is why you love May Madness Lacrosse. This will just about run out the second quarter. There we go. A little bit of muscle on this one, and Lynchburg needing one. You can see the emotion, but it's not over yet. Ball's in the air. Jamie Smith gets it. Finishes! I don't know how that one ended up as a Jamie Smith goal, but that was all effort by both teams. CNU somehow with the goal. Let me take a breath, Andy.
The most suspense-worthy face-off that I've seen in a long time. It might have been 30 seconds of tie-up at the middle of the X. It was a scrap for the ground ball. Cabaniss diving for it, but Lynchburg still came up with it. And just a missed pass pops up in the captain's, the one guy you don't want to have it in his stick. Jamie Smith gets it and scores.
5 goals in the first half. Jamie Smith.
And
He's
that
at
ties
79 on the season.
That ties what Brett Jackson did yesterday with 5 goals, which was setting an NCAA record for CNU, the most goals that CNU has ever scored by one player, because it was battling 3-3 with Lynchburg and CNU in the first quarter, but quite possibly one of the best quarters of action we've seen from the captains in their program.
Yeah, was it 7-3 at the end of the first quarter? Cabaniss, ground ball, great lift on the other side by Frankel, but Cabaniss with the eventual faceoff win.
Yeah, showing his physicality there. He had to really take the bumping at the end of his second quarter that can be a little shining light. We'll see what CNU has in response, though. They've been lighting it up. It seems like any shot on cage is falling in favor of the captains.
It's another face-off win for the story has been CNU's attackman, Brett Jackson with 5 goals, Jamie Smith with 5 as well. Midfielders helping out along the way. Fantinato with 3 goals as well. 2 of those coming early as we see Cabaniss winning the early 32% man up. But what we've seen yesterday and today, they are a clean man up unit. They generate looks. I think that number betrays the ability they actually have. And the officials, once again, letting the boys play off of a little bit of contact. Cabaniss, a great job of holding on to that one. Another face-off win on his account. And the captain's clearing on the far side. Kevin Miller staying in tune, finding a soft zone.
You got Miller covering one of the best attackmen in the nation of Brett Jackson. And that, of course, Brett Jackson stings a pipe on an open goal.
I don't know if he knows how to shoot anywhere else. Got to pick a corner. Procedure there after the face-off win by CNU. Brett Jackson with his 6th of the day. That's the most CNU goals by one person in the NCAA tournament. Breaks the medal. Dink every time the ball leaves his stick. 7 goals on the day. 7:55 to go in this third quarter. He's going to take a breather here. Maybe ice that arm. Bring in the reliever. I don't know what the equivalent of pitching a perfect game is, but he's got to be close. So Lynchburg with a face-off win.
Much needed. Lynchburg just 5 goals today. They have a long way to go to crawl back, creating one more opportunity and a goal.
Score is 17-6, just over 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. This time, that hit in the back is going to be called procedure, and it's going to be captain's ball. To take another face here. Rocco Egan going against him. It's going to be Rosacker. Just does enough to save that one on the end line. 19-6. Procedure call on Giunchi. Giunchi, who had that crucial ground ball and shovel pass that extended the CNU possession. Chris Lewis coming on, and the defensive. Looks like Almassian taking the face. It's going to be against Rocco Egan. Egan won the draw. It's a 50-50 battle on the wing. Looked like last touch by Lynchburg. So captain's ball. Giunchi is getting the lion's share of face-offs this quarter. The draws have been 50-50 between him and Rocco. Wing play has been key. And here's another one that's going to be scrappy. Lynchburg electing body. Rocco finally gets the ground ball. Feeds it to Rocco winning the last face. It took about 20 seconds. Rocco finally got the ground ball on our screen's left. This time it's Giunchi winning it forward to himself. Timeout.
Right call. Coach Thompson wants to be in that elite group of head coaches that know exactly when to call a timeout. Miller would have made a save on that ball. One that over his career has gotten some great moments, and he needs to keep tying those together. I think today showing up the way he has is going to be great, knowing that you're going to need the strength and depth going deep into the tournament.
Great ground ball by Garrett Braley. Here comes some pressure, pull on pull. Great job by Hardnett getting open. Giving Braley that adjacent. Call it a face-off win again.
He's done it all. It just tells you how adaptable CNU's offense is.
So Declan McCullough between the pipes in the cage for CNU, number 57. He got some game time last year. He's gotten some this year as well. He is a great goalie, great reaction, saves. Battle to watch. Started primarily in that third quarter. Giunchi had spelled Cabaniss a couple times. He's getting the majority of the goes now. Cramp first to the ground ball. Nobody gets it cleanly. He eventually picks it up.
Wow.
Getting hacked, 4 players around him. Ball goes to the ground again. And McCullough with a save.
And a timeout there by Kadelka. So I think Kadelka just matched Coach Thompson's timeout.
In that shot as an LSM.
Shassian would have been a good look too. Shassian was on the other side. But I'm sure Shassian was saying, take it. This is your moment.
So Santoro on the wing. A couple people have gotten a look at it. Nobody's raked it clean yet. Giunchi, the one-handed ground ball. That was the Mikey Thompson special back in his days at UVA.